Welcome alongside on Central Illinois Sports, live from the 2024 Quincy Shootout. It's the host Quincy Blue Devils taking on Imhotep Charter in what should be a good matchup in front of a big crowd here at Blue Devil Gymnasium. Alongside Brian Shoemaker and Damon Emmerich, I'm Charlie Hull, and this is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Always fun when the Blue Devils are playing at home in a big-time atmosphere for this big-time matchup. Quincy High looking to keep their record with just one loss on the right side. Probably the toughest opponent they've faced this season. And we'll see how this one goes out as the Devils and the Panthers go head-to-head. We'll talk about the matchup on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
The thing for me that really separates DOT, senior leadership and the owners of the business really focus on employee engagement.
We have some of the best people managers.
The Tracy family, senior leaders throughout the business, really all of our leaders care about the employees that work here.
And that allows for a lot of families to come work at Dot Foods, and I think that's part of it, is being able to have all those different schedules and the flexibility to be able to move things around when life happens.
Before the TAVR, I was very active, worked out at the Croc Center. I would say less than a week. Well, of course, Amy tells me I couldn't do squats. She even wrote it in my discharge paper. Great big, Sandy, no squats. So I did a couple.
Oh my word.
Don't tell her.
I knew she was going to, but I have the best job in the world to get to work with these patients.
Is predator hunting your thing? Game Masters has you covered. We have way more than just deer and turkey hunting gear, safes, clothes, and gifts. Come check out our predator guns, calls, decoys, lights, traps, binoculars, bipods, tripods, and shooting sticks. Don't forget your thermal and night vision, rifle scopes, trapping equipment, and supplies. Whether your next game pursuit is big or small, runs or flies, Game Masters has what you need to get the job done. We're passionate about the outdoors.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Quincy High and Imhotep Charter matching up in this contest. And for the Quincy High Blue Devils, a tall task. Pun fully intended here as they take on this talented Panther squad who we saw play last night, Brian, and this is a tough matchup for Quincy High School.
I'll tell you what, there is obviously, of course, one of the top prospects in the nation here in Ahmad Knoll that they're going to have to get through. There's a lot of length on this roster, guys like Zaire Muhammad Gray, and of course the very talented yet small in stature R.J. Smith, Charlie, that we saw last night really kind of steal the show here in the nightcap. And, of course, some other length like Carnell Henderson, who plays much bigger than his 6'3" list on the roster. This is going to be a real challenge and a lot of speed and strength here that the Blue Devils will have to contend with tonight.
Yeah, I mean, R.J. Smith, we talked about last night. It kind of looked like when they gave the player of the game, it looked like a team that had won an award and went, I'll give it to somebody's little brother. He wasn't the little brother. He was the best guy on the court last night for this Panther team.
And that's saying something because they've got a top 30 prospect in the nation that's going to UConn. And this kid really went in not afraid to go up against the taller players. And the thing that he's going to have tonight to his advantage is that there is not the height on this Quincy High roster that he went against last night.
Yeah, no, not at all. And, Chaminade was a much larger squad. And for Quincy, well, You played one end of the spectrum last night in Geneseo, and tonight you kind of go completely opposite with one of the more talented teams you'll face all year.
Big games require the big players to make big plays. I think you're going to have to see that tonight out of Bradley Longcourt. He's going to have to set the pace for this team. You're also going to have to see some efforts from the 6'6 junior Keyshawn Thomas. He cannot concede that there's a lot more height and strength than him tonight. We saw that last year versus Staley, Damon, when you got to call that game, and we're going to have to see that effort again out of Keyshawn tonight.
Yeah, I think that's a big key right now for Coach Andy Douglas, and I'm sure he preached that today. I'm sure he'll preach it in the locker room. You came out last year and we laid an egg against Staley. Now, Staley was a great team, but it just wasn't the performance that Andy Douglas was not pleased with his team's effort. They've got a chance for redemption right here against a tough Imhotep squad. And, hey, you're playing on your home court. You got high expectations. You're ranked number 3 in Class 4A. And here's a chance to come out and really show it. And this is, we've seen here, Chicago Curies here, we've seen some tough teams that the Blue Devils could run up against in postseason, and why not leave a lasting impression right here on your home floor against a tough Imhotep Panther squad.
It's been a great day here on the Saturday edition of the 2024 Quincy Shootout. Glad you've joined us here on Central Illinois Sports as you get a chance to see the Quincy High School band in action and the sousaphonist. Sousaphonist? The guy's playing the sousaphones.
Tuba.
They're not a tuba. It's a tuba. But the Quincy High School band and the big crowd in action here and just a fun atmosphere here at Quincy High School. We step aside on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We get set for action after this.
Before the TAVR, I was very active, worked out at the Croc Center. I would say less than a week. Well, of course, Amy tells me I couldn't do squats. She even wrote it in my discharge paper. Great big, sandy, no squats. So I did a couple.
Oh my word.
Don't tell her.
I knew she was going to. But I have the best job in the world to get to work with these patients.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owners agents at B&P Insurance Agency, Barber Agency. See Pat Vandevelde, Caleb Vandevelde, or Mary Coltis. You'll find our location at 114 South Madison Street in Pittsfield.
Back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Both teams out on the court warming up in preparation of tonight's matchup. And we talk about it each and every time, but it's an event when you come to a home game for the Quincy High School Blue Devils. And, I was reading the article on MuddyRiverSports.com that Matt Shuckman wrote last night. It was a blowout for Quincy High. It was never close. They were up almost 30-0 to start the contest. But, they talked about some of the guys like Seth Rupert, a guy who doesn't play a ton for the team, but he's like, man, it was really cool to step up there on the floor with a crowd who was still energized. And the student section was just as happy that Ty Douglas finally made a free throw at the end of the contest as they were. The Blue Devils won by 60 points.
Well, we've talked a little bit about the culture that Andy Douglas has established here. From number 1 to number 14 or 15, or no matter how many guys are on this roster, you have a role. And also that role gets rewarded in opportunities like this. It's built the culture and it's built the teamwork and the framework for this successful run that they've had so far here. And they're going to need it tonight, Charlie, because they're up against one of the top teams in the nation.
Well, this is the first time that the Blue Devils have gotten to play on their home floor in about 5 weeks last night. So good for them to get back on their home floor. And right now, you've got a packed Blue Devil gymnasium. What's fun about this Quincy Shootout here, too, is that you see the teams that have played throughout the game that stick around, that are going to stay overnight. They're here watching this because for them, it's just as much fun to see the experience that is the starting lineup here at Blue Devil Gymnasium for this team.
See all the young people. Look at the youngsters under there watching the Quincy Blue Devils warm up. That's how you build a program. That's how you build culture. And now the security going to back them up a little bit. Look out, kids. Get back on the baseline. What do you think about the matchup? Keys to the game, Brian.
I think Quincy's got to somehow find a way to punch this team in the mouth. Again, I think Bradley Longcourt has to set the tone. I think guys like Camden Brown have to set the tone, along with Keyshawn Thomas, and not be intimidated by the length and the size of Imhotep Prep. If you're Imhotep Prep, you cannot cave in, which I don't expect them to do. This is a top-ranked team. These are top prospects. These guys have played in high-level situations. But this crowd is going to be rowdy. This crowd is going to be loud for Quincy High at the start. You've got to find a way to calm them down here in the first 4 minutes.
Well, we're just about ready for game time here at Quincy High School. We'll step aside as the national anthem brought to you by the United States Army Band and Choir. We get set for the starting lineups, including the Blue Devil from Quincy High School next on Central Illinois Sports.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Are you tired of being caught off guard? Slipping up in a winter storm? Don't let this be you. Say goodbye to shovels that break faster than your New Year's resolution.
Well, before the snow falls, visit your local Farm and Home Supply, your one-stop shop for everything winter. From snow blowers to a sturdy snow shovel. From different size ice scrapers to ice melt. And from sleds to hats, gloves, coats, bibs, and a lot more, we got you covered.
Warning, finding everything in one place may lead to extreme joy and the absence of disappointment. Farm and Home Supply is not responsible for spontaneous snowball fights, increased snow angel production, or the overwhelming desire to hug your snowblower.
Just about ready for starting lineups here on Central Illinois Sports, presented by Farm and Home Supply. From snacks and hoodies to power tools and lawn chairs, nobody has it like your local Farm and Home Supply. Learn more at farmandhomesupply.com.
Well, first off, for the Imhotep Charter Panthers, who come into this contest with a record of 13-2 under the direction of Andre Noble. They'll start at one guard. He is a 6'2" guard. He's headed to UConn, Ahmad Knoll. At another guard, a 5'9" sophomore, R.J. Smith. At one forward position, a 6'4" sophomore, Latif Lorenzano White. And at another forward position, he is a 6'6" sophomore, Zaire Muhammad Gray. And in the middle, a 6'6" senior, Jeremiah White. Noel Smith, Lorenzano White, Muhammad Gray, and White will be the starters for Imhotep Charter. We'll tell you about the starters for the Blue Devils after this.
They have their little in-house video board. By little, I mean it's the largest video board in a high school in the state of Illinois, maybe the nation. A little pump-up video, and then we'll see the Blue Devil take the court here in just a moment as the fans surround the court here at Quincy's Blue Devil Gymnasium.
We talked about it last night, Charlie. It is a tradition steeped for generations here at Quincy High as students work to become the Blue Devil. They actually try out for this opportunity. And for the kid that has it, it's a big responsibility. You are in charge of carrying one of the biggest traditions that holds in Quincy High basketball. When they light that torch, you prance around the track, go and intimidate the other team, and then get ready to make your run in front of the Blue Devil faithful in the student section and get ready for the QHS starting lineups.
And make sure they don't get caught by one of the little kids running back to their seat and catch them on fire. That's always a big plus as well. Just about ready to see the Blue Devil as you see the torch is lit. And here come the Blue Devils.
And those goosebumps aren't just because it's 45 degrees here in the gym where we are broadcasting. And let's give you the starters for the Quincy Blue Devils, who come into this contest with a record of 18-1 under the direction of head coach Andy Douglas. They'll start the following. At one guard, he's a 5'10" senior, Ralph Wires. And at the other guard position, he is a 6'4" junior, Bradley Longcore III. At one forward, a 6'5" senior, Camden Brown. And at the other forward position, a 6'3" senior, Tyler Sprick. In the middle for the Blue Devils, the 6'6" junior, Keyshawn Thomas. Wires, Brown, Sprick, Longcore III, and Thomas will get this one started for the Blue Devils, who come into this contest ranked number 3 in 4A basketball here in the state of Illinois. They've got a tough one ahead of them here as they are set to do battle against the Imhotep Charter Panthers.
Should be a good contest tonight. Blue Devils will be in the home white uniforms with the blue numbers and lettering. Imhotep Charter in the visiting dark uniforms with the white numbers and red trim. Alongside Damon Emmerich and Brian Shoemaker. I'm Charlie Hall, John Hall, our cameraman, courtside. And thanks to the guys in the truck as well. Hopefully you're staying warm out there on this cold January night. It's basketball action from the 2024 Quincy Shootout on Central Illinois Sports. Andy Douglas has to get his kids. You want to be hyped up, but you don't want to be overhyped. You're trying to walk a fine line here because this isn't it's one of the bigger games you played this season, but this is not the state championship, right? So you got to walk that fine line.
Yeah, get locked in here. You got a great opportunity ahead of you. And if you're Coach Andy Douglas, you tell your kids to come out here and enjoy the moment, but it's a chance to show the world what we are as Blue Devils and really set the stage as we head into the final month before postseason basketball starts.
Should be a lot of fun, and for your play-by-play on this contest, Damon Emmerich.
And to jump the middle for the Blue Devils, it will be Camden Brown. He's going to go up against Jeremiah White. White is the 6'6 senior, and Camden Brown the 6'5 senior for the Blue Devils. Game 8 of 9 here on Central Illinois Sports, the 2024 Quincy Shootout, and we're underway. Ball will be controlled by the Panthers. That's Knoll quickly into the front court. Lorenzano White, his three is up and no good. Rebound's going to be tipped around. It'll go out of bounds. It will remain with the Panthers. And just like we've talked about all game long, the Blue Devils have to be quick because 6 seconds into the ball game, the Panthers had their first shot attempt of the game. Inbound to Smith. Blue Devils will come out in a man-to-man defense. And Smith's going to get it to White. Back to Smith using the screen. He'll be closely guarded out top. Knoll thought about the three, gets it down to White. He'll track it down, gets it out top to Smith. Smith brings it back out with 15 on the shot clock.
Got the matchup he wants, so he's guarded by Thomas. I want to go at him here. Nope, passed it off.
Gets it right wing. That's Muhammad Gray. Then left wing. Ball's going to go through the hands of Lorenzano White. That'll be a turnover against the Panthers. That's their first. Good possession right there on defense. For the Blue Devils, they're going to have to beat this full court pressure by the Panthers. Ball's inbounded. That's to Wires. He's being guarded by Smith. Wires gets it to Longcore. Hill cross the time stripe with 28 to go on the shot clock. Gets it to Wires. He's being hounded by Smith. He beats Smith on the drive. He'll attack the bucket. Shot up, no good. Knoll with the rebound. Quickly pushes into the front court. He'll pull up at the free throw line. Shot for him up high off the glass and good. Knoll's got his first two. And the Panthers take the early 2-0 lead in the contest. Longcore with the basketball. He's going to cross the time stripe, get his team into an offense here. 6:40 to play, first quarter action. Longcore drops it off to Thomas. Thomas looks, gets it down low. That's to Brown. Spin middle. He'll kick it right wing. Sprick three, high, up, and good. Lead change number one as Sprick's got his first three of the ball game. Big shot right there from the senior. Smith will be the guy who runs the point for the Panthers in a lot of this contest. And they'll hand it off. That is to Lorenzano White, but he'll be fouled by Sprick. That'll be Sprick's first. And the Devils' first foul of the contest. 6:16 to play, first quarter action. Quincy High and Imhotep Charter.
Saw Knoll kind of get a slow start last night, but man, there were a couple of times it's like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and take this with a guy in my face on a three fading away, and nothing but the nylon.
Muhammad Gray out top. That's to Lorenzano White. He'll attack the bucket. Shot up and good. He's got two. Lead change number two of the ball game. And Imhotep Charter picks up full court. Wires going to go past Smith. He'll pull it back and set up an offense for Andy Douglas's squad. Gets it out top. That's to Longcore. Longcore uses a screen from Thomas. Out top, Sprick. Thought about the three. Nice shot fake behind the back pass. Longcore three. Up and good. What a play right there as Longcore's got his first three of the ball game. And that is the Blue Devils' largest lead of the contest.
Now a whistle and a foul.
As Thomas is going to be whistled for the foul.
It'll be his team first against, or team second against the Blue Devils.
Team three, Bradley Longcore, though, on a pretty fine from Sprick. To give the Blue Devils a 6-4 lead.
Thomas has got to control his emotions right there. We talked about that in the pregame. As the Blue Devils need him out on the floor. Can't have him pick up a foul like that far away from the basketball.
There's just simply not a lot of beef and size left on this Quincy roster after he goes off the bench, and they're going to need that.
Knoll inbounds. He's got the basketball back, being guarded by Wires, and Wires is going to be whistled for the foul. That's his first, but the third Blue Devils foul of the quarter. So 3 fouls against the Blue Devils, less than 3 minutes into the ball game. And Smith will be the inbounds man for the Panthers. He looks to get it in. Finally, pass goes through the hands of one of the Panthers, and then they're going to say that's a turnover against the Panthers. That's their second, as White wasn't able to control the pass. And it'll be Blue Devils basketball. They've got the early 6-4 lead, 5:15 to play in the first quarter. Wires with the basketball. He'll get it to Longcore, who will cross the time stripe. Thought about the three, doesn't take it. Gets it off. That's to Brown. Brown out top to Wires. Left wing Sprick. Sprick got things started for the Blue Devils with his first three. Thomas picks up the dribble, hands it off to Brown. He'll pull it back out and attack the bucket. Spin middle, and they're going to say that he shuffled his feet. That's a turnover against the Blue Devils, their first.
He just needed to go up with it there. He actually got into a good spot, got the man off of his feet, go right into him, see if he can get that foul called. Try to be a little too unselfish.
Panthers basketball trailing early in this one, 6-4, 4:45 to play in the first quarter. Ahmad Knowles going to use the screen from White. Behind the back dribble, loses it. Turnover against the Panthers, their third. And then Jeremiah White will be whistled for the foul in the backcourt. That'll be his first foul of the game against the Panthers.
Blue Devils with good early energy, leading 6-4, 4:38 to play in the opening period on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard.
Wires with it. Panthers are trying to double in the backcourt on everything. The Blue Devils beat it easily, get it to Sprick. He'll hand it off to Longcore. He'll kick it left wing. Brown, three-pointer up. No good. Rebound fought for, tipped around, and White with the rebound. That's his first. Quickly off to Smith. He'll push it into the front court. Then he'll drop it off to Lorenzano White. He'll put up the three. Shot is good. He's got 5. And we've got a lead change. And we'll have a foul in the backcourt as well. We had our 4th lead change there.
Lorenzano White called for the foul, his first, team second. Was holding Longcore on the inbounds.
Fast-paced action in this one early on as Longcore is going to get the basketball. He'll skip it cross-court to Wires. Wires will bring it into the front court and look to set up an offense here for the Blue Devils, being closely guarded by Smith. He'll find Longcore. Longcore gets it top of the key. Thomas looks to pass it down low. It's going to be deflected, stolen away by Knoll. That's turnover against the Blue Devils, their second. And then Sprick will steal it away, gets it into the front court. Longcore tracks it down. Turnover against the Blue Devils, their third. Just a little too quick right there were the Blue Devils. And Knoll has it for his Panthers, looking to add to their lead. Instead, pocket's going to be picked. That's Wires. Coast to coast shot up and no good, but he's fouled by Knoll. That's Knoll's first. And Wires will go to the line to shoot 2. Nice job right there, Charlie, by Ralph Wires. He showed no fear so far in this ballgame, as you see his steal right there on the Northwestern Mutual instant replay. Couldn't get the layup to go, but that's because he was fouled from behind by Ahmad Knoll.
I like Wires, man. He really works hard out there. A lot of energy for this squad. First free throw is up and good, and ties the game up at 7 points apiece.
It's our first tie of the ball game.
He'll have a chance to put Quincy High back in the lead with 3:29 to play here in the opening period. Second one by Wires is up and good.
That's a lead change. That's our 5th lead change of the ball game. And we'll see Carnell Henderson check into the ball game for the Panthers, as well as Zion Green. Green's the 6'8 freshman, and Henderson the 6'3 junior. Must be rough when you can pull a 6'8 freshman off the bench.
He played well last night.
Henderson with the basketball. He crosses the time stripe for the Panthers, being guarded by Wires. He'll get it to Smith. And they'll find Knoll right wing behind the back dribble. He'll attack the bucket, gets it right wing to Henderson. He'll pull it back out with 12 to go on the shot clock. Ball's into the hand of Smith with 10. Looks to Andre Noble to start the offense with 5. Now 4. He's going to use the screen, splits the screen. Shot for him is up and no good. But they'll say that he was fouled on the shot. And it's going to be whistled against Camden Brown. That'll be his first. 4 fouls now against the Blue Devils. So R.J. Smith to the line, looking for his first points of the ball game.
We saw Smith do that a lot last night. A good job getting to the rim. Even though he's not a very big guy, he was fearless going inside and had a lot of baskets last night. Now he gets his first free throw and ties the game up at 8 points apiece.
Second tie of the contest, been tied at 7 and now 8. Smith looking to give us our 6th lead change of the ball game. Back and forth action so far in the first 5 minutes here of the contest. As Smith's free throw is up and it is good. He makes them both. And that allows the Panthers to set up their full court defense. Inbound to Longcore. He'll get it to Wires. He'll skip it into the front court. Sprick thought about the three, doesn't take it. Instead, he'll pass it down low. Thomas has got his first two. We've got another lead change. That's our 7th. And a nice job there by Keyshawn Thomas to use his body to shield from the defender and go up aggressively 4-2. As we'll see Smith attack the bucket. He's going to get away with a push-off. And Smith's got another 2. Give him 4. Give us another lead change. Already the 8th of the first quarter. And Wires having problem in the backcourt. Finally gets it into Sprick. Sprick gets it to Longcore, who's going to pick up the dribble, throw it down low. Thomas, reverse layup up and good. Thomas has got Quincy's last 4. That's our 9th lead change. So back and forth here so far in the first 6 minutes. And Andy Douglas is imploring his team to get a stop the dribble penetration. Smith has it. He's being guarded by Thomas. Now he gets it out top to Knoll. Knoll's got it with 15 on the shot clock, looking to use a screen from Green. Picks up the dribble, gets it right wing. That's to Muhammad Gray. He's going to spin baseline. His shot is no good. Keyshawn Thomas with the board for the Devils. That's his first. And Longcore quickly goes coast to coast. Shot up and good, and he fights through the contact. He'll go to the line for the and one, as he's fouled on the play by Zion Green. Green's first, and team foul number 4. Longcore's got 4. Check that, Longcore's got 5, and he'll go to the line looking to add to that, as we'll see Cameron Wires check into the ball game, and to the bench will go Ralph Wires to get a little bit of a breather. As Longcore's at the line, this is the largest lead of the night for the Devils at 3.
Dom Clay also checked in for Quincy High, and the free throw up by Longcore, no good.
Can't get it to go, as Cody Colson, who just checked into the ball game for the Panthers, gets his first rebound. Knoll has it. He's being guarded by Brown, and looks to use a screen. Instead, he's going to go right, pull up, shot, no good, deflected. Thomas with the board for the Devils, his second. He'll get it off to Longcore. He'll bring it across the time stripe with 1:10 to play. Longcore's pass deflected, stolen away. Turnover number 4 into the front court. The Panthers are going to put 2 on the board from Carnell Henderson. Quickly into the front court come the Devils. They find Thomas. He'll attack the bucket. His shot is no good. Green with the rebound, and the Panthers will bring it into the front court, looking to regain the lead. Knoll with a long 3, shot up and good. And that'll silence the crowd a little bit there, as Knoll got his 5th board or points of the game. But quickly into the front court comes Longcore. He finds Thomas. His shot up and good. And he was fouled on the shot by Zion Green. That's Green's second. And Thomas will go to the line, as he's got 6 points. And that gives us another tie in this ball game.
Into the contest now is Jeremiah White for the Panthers, as Green sits down. A chance to get the lead back to the Blue Devils with Keyshawn Thomas at the stripe. 40.9 seconds to play in the first. The junior's free throw is up and no good.
Third tie of the ball game. No lead change there, as Knoll gets his second rebound, and he'll bring it into the front court, being guarded by Brown. He's going to keep the dribble, attack the middle, spin, kicks it out. That is to Henderson. Henderson's going to miss everything on the shot, and it'll be Blue Devils basketball. 23.5 seconds to play in the quarter. Blue Devils can hold for 1, and they will also have the possession to start the second quarter. Longcore gets it into the backcourt to Wires. Gets it to Longcore. He's going to kick it into the front court to Brown. Brown attacks the bucket, and going to say he was fouled from behind by Knoll. That'll be Knoll's second. And to the line for 2 shots will be Camden Brown. Brown looking for his first points of the ball game.
Trying to break the 16-all tie with 12.4 seconds to play in the first.
And it'll give us a lead change here if Brown makes one of these, as we are knotted up at 16. Imhotep had the last lead at 16-14. Brown's first is good, lead change number 10.
Brown, a good athlete and a good on-ball defender. You saw him really man up against Knoll on the other end, and even though he's kind of undersized as far as strength goes, he made a nice play.
And then he comes down to the other end and knocks down a pair of free throws. back out to a 2-point lead for the Devils. Quickly into the front court comes Colson for the Panthers with 7. He'll drop it off to Knoll. Knoll's going to use the screen. He's going to pick up his dribble, gets it left wing. Colson, three-pointer up and good, and that's how the first quarter will end. Imhotep 19, Quincy 18. We're back with second quarter play-by-play after this.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
Hey, grab me one too.
Ready to start quarter number 2. It's Imhotep Charter 19, Quincy High School 18. Blue Devils have the basketball to start the period.
Blue Devils shoot 6 of 10 from the first quarter, 2 of 3 from behind the arc, and 4 of 6 from the charity stripe on the opposite side. Imhotep Charter Panthers shooting 7 of 12 from the floor, 3 of 5 from long range, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. It's Blue Devil basketball to begin the second.
And Longcore will have it. He's being guarded by Knoll, and if I'm Coach Andy Douglas, I might give Longcore a chance to take it one-on-one against Knoll, as Knoll's got 2 fouls in the ball game. And instead out top, Smith bear hugs Longcore, doesn't get called. Longcore left wing, that's to Wires.
Just a little love hug there.
Behind the back dribble, he's still got it, kicks it out top to Brown. Three-pointer for him, up, no good. And offensive rebound is going to be controlled by Clay, but they're going to say that he lost it going up. So that'll be a turnover against the Devils, their 5th.
Nice job by Dom Clay to soar in and get that offensive rebound. Just lost it, kind of hit off his knee as he went up for the putback. But you like that if you're Andy Douglas. His squad really fighting hard for second chance opportunities.
Smith will cross the time stripe for the Panthers, being guarded by Wires. That's the younger Wires. That's Cameron. He's as pesky as his brother Ralph. And using the screen is Smith, finds the man cutting to the basket. Shot up and good. White's got 2. And he'll go to the line as he was fouled by Dom Clay. That's Clay's first of the quarter. And lead back out to 3 for the Panthers. They'll send Jeremiah White to the line. White is the 6'6" senior. Ready with his and one attempt. It is up and no good. Camden Brown with the rebound, his first. And he'll get it to Longcore. He'll get it into the front court to Wires. Back out top to Thomas. Thomas will get it right wing, Longcore to Wires. Being closely guarded by Smith. And Smith will get it out top to Brown. And down low, we're going to have a foul against the Panthers. That's going to go against Jeremiah White. That'll be his second. Team foul number 1. And we'll see White go to the bench with those 2 fouls. Carnell Henderson will check back in for the Panthers, who have the 21-18 lead with 6:52 to play here in the second quarter. Inbounds to Longcore. He'll throw it down low to Brown. Brown's going to be fouled by Henderson. That'll be his first, team foul number 2. And this Blue Devil squad showing no fear in this one, as they will have the ball underneath their own bucket.
Well, I think that's one of the things early, guys, we wondered, was Quincy High going to be up for the task tonight? And I think the answer through 10 minutes of play is yes.
Cameron Wires inbounds to Sprick. He'll get it back out top to Wires. He'll get it right wing, Longcore. He's going to put it on the floor. His pass is going to be knocked out of bounds. And it will remain Blue Devils basketball. 27 seconds on the shot clock, 6:38 to play. First half action on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. As Sprick will inbound it for the Devils. His pass is going to be missed. It's going to be a turnover against the Blue Devils. Coast to coast shot from Lorenzano White is no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2 as he was fouled by Camden Brown. That's Brown's second. Team foul number 2 and turnover number 5 or 6 against the Blue Devils. Turnover number 6 against the Devils. At the line for the Panthers, Latif Lorenzano White for 2. He's got 5 points in the ball game. Make it 6. And that is the largest lead of the ball game for this Panther squad, as Brown has to go to the bench with those 2 fouls. He's going to be replaced by Dom Clay. Clay's going to have to give Andy Douglas' squad some big minutes, as Camden Brown has been really big on the defensive end for the Blue Devils.
Lorenzano White makes the second one. It's good. You can spot him on the court pretty easily with those bright yellow shoes. I've only seen one team with team shoes here.
Yeah.
That was Curie.
It's Devils basketball. They need to put an end to this run, an 8-0 run for the Panthers. Check that, a 7-0 run right now. Sprick pass is going to be stolen away by Smith. Smith pushes it into the front court. Turnover number 7. Near steal, and now it is a steal as Sprick gets the steal. That's the 6th turnover against the Panthers. And Longcourt comes into the backcourt and says, hey, let's slow things down. Let's get a bucket right here, run our offense as the Blue Devils trail by 5. 5:50 to play in the quarter. And out top is Zahir Muhammad Gray. He'll be whistled for his first. Team foul number 3. You know, Ahmad Knoll does a nice job on defense here. He's playing with those 2 fouls. I still think maybe give Longcore a chance to attack him and see if you can't pick up a 3rd foul.
Would be big. Really big, actually.
Longcore's going to get it. Out top, he'll hand it off to Wires. Wires gets it to Thomas, free throw line extended. He's going to hand it off to Sprick. Had a little bit of trouble with the catcher. He might have shot it. He'll get it off to Longcore. Longcore gets it left wing. That's Clay. He'll put up the long 3. Shot up and good. Big 3 right there by Clay. He's got his first 3, and it cuts into that Panthers lead as it's now 23-21. Imhotep Charter, they've got the lead, and there's foul number 3 against Knoll as he's going to be whistled for the offensive foul. That's his 3rd, team foul number 4, and turnover number 7 against the Panthers. And guys, write that down. At the 5:19 mark is where Ahmad Knoll goes to the bench. Quincy High trailing 23-21, and it's on them right now. Here's their opportunity right here. Longcore will bring it into the front court. He's going to attack the bucket. His shot is up and good. Longcore's got another 2. He's got 7, and that gives us our 4th tie of the ball game. Tied at 7, 8, 16, and now 23. And Smith will attack the bucket for the Panthers. Wires a nice job there, and Longcore a near steal, but they're going to say he fouled the man before he could get the steal. That's his first. Team foul number 3 against the Devils.
And look at that last made basket by Bradley Longcore, the 3rd. Not sure if he was trying to have a little flair for the dramatic, but that thing sure hung on the rim for a while.
Smith with the ball for the Panthers. He'll get it off to Lorenzano White. He'll hand it off to Colson. Back out top, Smith gets it to Colson behind the back dribble. And out top, Smith's going to set him up with an offense with 15 to go on the shot clock.
A lot different without Knoll out there for this squad from Imhotep Charter. Now a 3-point shot off balance early in the shot clock, no good.
Thomas with the rebound, that's his 3rd. Into the front court, nobody stops Longcore. He'll pull up for the 3, couldn't get it to go. Muhammad Gray will get his first rebound, and the roof might have went off this place if Longcore could have hit that 3 right there.
Yeah, you don't mind that shot at all if you're Andy Douglas.
Thomas has got to be careful. Don't pick up that 2nd out there at the 3-point line. Colson will hand it to Gray. He looks to Andre Noble, who tells him what offense they want to run with 15 to play. Out top, that is Colson being guarded by Sprick. And Colson puts it on the floor, attacks the bucket, and hands it off to Lorenzano White for 2. He's got 9.
Really good find that time by Colson. Drew the help side defender. Left it off for the easy deuce for his teammate.
Wires being guarded out top by Smith. Both those two have very similar styles. They're going to be right in you for defense. But down low we see Clay streak to the basket, backdoor pass. He's got 5. We've got a timeout on the floor, and
somebody lost the glasses.
You know, the glasses just have not worked well the last few games for folks.
You don't require your corrective lenses?
Not this evening.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
No, I do not require them tonight.
I'm from Yuma, Arizona, in the software industry. And go ahead and chime in the chat, folks, and tell us what movie that's from. And back to live action here. Movie quotes still to come. As the Panthers have it, Colson gets it left wing. Out top, that's Henderson. Henderson's going to use the screen. Nice job by the Devils to collapse on defense there, but it left Colson wide open for the 3. Longcore's going to go to the other end to shoot 2 as he was fouled by Zaire Muhammad Gray. That's Gray's second. And to the other end goes Longcore. 0 for 1 from there in the ballgame. He does have 7 points, looking to give us our 12th lead change of the ballgame. As Andy Douglas convenes with his squad. 3:02 to play here, second quarter action. Longcore's first is good. Give him 8.
Just a year of maturity more for the Blue Devils from what you saw last year against Staley. Now, Staley a little more physical maybe than this squad, but the year of maturity has really paid off for Quincy right here.
Longcore knocks them both down, and let's face it, that Staley squad was legit last year. They were super tough. I know the Blue Devils didn't play as well as they would have liked, but Staley was a big reason why, as three-pointers going to be missed. Tracked down by Henderson, then stolen away by Wires. That's a turnover. Wires with the step back 3. Heat check. Oh, my. He's got 5. It's a 5-point Devils lead, and I believe that's their largest lead of the ball game. And
now Wires pestering the man again. He's the one-man energy guy, isn't he?
And almost a near steal, tracked down by Henderson. Henderson passed to Flo, knocked away from behind, but they're going to say Wires with the foul. Ralph Wires, that's a big one right there. That's his second, and I don't think you can leave him in. No.
Well, let's watch it on that last step back, though. How about the confidence of Wires with the tray?
He's going to go to the bench with those 2 fouls, and Cameron Wires will check in. And R.J. Smith is learning what it's like to play against R.J. Smith in this one. Yeah. As Wires is all over him.
Smith, now he's going to be guarded by Wires as Wires sat down.
Yeah. There's a parrot in this gym.
These guys look alike.
Muhammad Gray attacks the bucket. Sprick is on the baseline, and it will remain with.
Truly, though, how many times does Smith and Wires on opposite sides, both of the Wires boys, get to guard somebody their size? It's pretty rare.
They already play like they're about 4 inches taller than what they really are. And Zaire Muhammad Gray and Thomas are having one heck of a battle in this one, and there's going to be a foul called here before too long. Smith shot fake, doesn't get it. He'll put it on the floor, kicks it to Colson, left wing to Green. Top of the key, Muhammad Gray out top to Smith. He'll set him in an offense with 10. Being guarded by Wires. And now Henderson puts it on the floor, kicks it out top. Zaire Muhammad Gray, his three-pointer up and no good. Rebound tipped around. Muhammad Gray gets the rebound, blocked by Sprick, but he'll go back up for 2. And not a good possession right there by the Devils as they allowed a few too many offensive boards. And they still have the 3-point lead, 1:30 to play here in the first half. Wires with the basketball out top, still has it. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Thomas, right wing, Longcore, the third 3 up, and good. Give him another 3. He's got 12, and it's a 6-point Quincy lead. And Longcore, the third, came to play. Foul well away from the basket there is going to be called against Cameron Wires. That's his first, but it does send R.J. Smith to the line to shoot 2. Andy Douglas having a conversation there with his sophomore, saying, hey, I appreciate the aggressiveness, but we've got to be smarter out here closer to the half-court line. We do not want to send R.J. Smith to the line, as the 5'9" sophomore has done a nice job in this one. He gets the first one to go. Latif Lorenzano-White will check in, as R.J. Smith with 5 points, looking to add to that total.
Smith to the line, 1:06 to play in the half, and what's been a really good contest here.
Smith
between
gets
the Blue
them
Devils and the
both.
Panthers.
33-29, 1:06 to play here, first half action. Quincy with the lead and the basketball. Longcore the third, brings it into the front court. Nice behind the back dribble, step back, attacks the bucket, and then he kicks it out to Sprick. Nice job to run that down. He'll pick up his dribble and get it to Clay. Out top to Wires, right wing Longcore. Down low to a streaking Clay. Clay's going to have the ball knocked out of bounds off of him. That's a turnover against the Devils. That is their 8th. And it will be Panthers basketball with 40 seconds to play. Into the front court comes Smith. He gets it left wing, Henderson. To the yellow shoes, it's thrown away. Clay with the steal, and ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. Clay a little frustrated with himself that he didn't convert that bucket, but it's still Blue Devils basketball. And
shot clock turned off, 29.5 seconds.
The young guy sweeping the floor had some nice moves to get out of the way right there. And Sprick will inbound for Quincy. Looking to get it in and still hasn't gotten it in. Finally out top, that's to Wires. And we'll see if the Blue Devils can hold for one shot as Clay has it right wing out top to Longcore. Andy Douglas is trying to call a timeout, and he does. Full timeout, we'll take it too. Quincy 33, Imhotep 29. We're back with the last 20 seconds of the first half after this.
Hey, grab me one too.
Ticks left in this first half. Quincy High School on top of Imhotep Charter by a 33-29 count. Andy Douglas took the timeout. Blue Devils will have the basketball sideline out of bounds in the front court opposite the scorer's table in front of a big crowd at Blue Devil Gymnasium.
Just a shame these fans here haven't been treated to any good basketball games here today. And Dom Clay will be the inbounds man. He'll get it to Longcore, who will cross the time strike with 15. He's being guarded by Henderson. Left wing Sprick to Wires. Wires out top to Longcore. And behind the back dribble. Tough shot for him. No good. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Smith. Quickly into the front court. Henderson, his shot's going to be blocked to end the half, or the first half. Clay did a nice job there to recover, blocked the shot, and allows his team to go into half with the 33-29 lead. Take a look at that block by Clay as we go into halftime.
We're back with the Little Jess Motors halftime show on a Dandywana Blue Devil Gym.
Today's halftime show is brought to you by Little Jess Motor Company in Quincy, Illinois. We'd like to introduce you to the brand new 2024 Dodge Hornet GT all-wheel drive, offered at $32,325. The 2024 Dodge Hornet pays homage to the iconic legacy of Dodge performance. The Hornet GT comes equipped with a 2.0 Hurricane 4 turbo engine that boasts up to 268 horsepower, making it the most powerful compact utility vehicle on the market. Stop by Little Jess today and take this eye-catching CUV powerhouse for a spin.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Back at the Little Jess Motors halftime show, Quincy High School leads Imhotep Charter 33-29 at the halftime break. We had courtside Brian Shoemaker is with Matt Schuckman from Muddy River Sports. Brian?
Brian Shoemaker here with you on the Little Jess Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram halftime show. See the guys in person at 3431 Main Street for your next vehicle purchase, or visit them online anytime at littlejessjeep.com and tell them the guys from Central Illinois Sports sent you. Quincy High leads Imhotep Charter 33-29 here at halftime. Speaking with Muddy River Sports editor Matt Schuckman. And Matt, the big question coming into this contest, would the moment be too big for the Blue Devils? And I think the answer after 16 minutes of play is exasperably no.
Exactly right. They came out with some poise, with some purpose, and did a really nice job of handling the moment of when Imhotep hits the first shot. And okay, the big school just hit a shot. You know, the team that everybody's talked about. Okay, how are you going to react to that? They reacted really well. Really, really well. And it all becomes back to trust and ball movement.
You've got a big player on one side for Imhotep Charter. You needed the big players for the Blue Devils to step up in the first half. Bradley Longcore has done just that and been the offensive leader that this team needs, but they've also had a lot of other guys chipping in offensively here in the first half.
Well, that's the thing. Longcore does, he can go out and score 30 if he wanted to, but he doesn't need to because he's got other guys that can score. The key to it is the ball movement and the willingness to be able to give up a shot to get a better shot. And we've seen that on multiple occasions from all of them. That's why they have 8 assists in the first half.
Biggest news of the first half, though, is Ahmed Knoll sits down with 3 fouls. The Blue Devils able to take advantage, grab this halftime lead, but Imhotep Charter doesn't seem too fazed by it. Took a couple of minutes to recover, but R.J. Smith has definitely led this team offensively in the first half.
He really has, and you got to remember, even with 3 fouls, Ahmed Knoll's coming back in the game to start the second half. You only got a 4-point cushion. His absence didn't turn into a 10 or 12-point lead. Quincy did a nice job of taking advantage of him being on the bench. But if you're Imhotep, you're going, okay, we're fine. You know, we're okay. This is a game. The crowd is playing a factor because you can feel it. The energy in here has been electric, and the Blue Devils are feeding off that.
Keys to the game for the Blue Devils here in the second half.
Got to get off to a strong start. You can't let Imhotep go on a run to start the second half. Whether you give up the lead or not, you know, you got to come out strong. You've got to be able to attack, continue to share the ball, and stay aggressive defensively. You only got 2 guys with 2 fouls in Wires and Brown, so stay aggressive defensively because you're disrupting what Imhotep wants to do.
We thank Matt Schuckman, as always, for breaking down the first half with us on the Little Jess Halftime Show. When we come back in a couple of minutes, halftime statistics and more here live from the Quincy Shootout on Central Illinois Sports.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times, and Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls in Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
Jersey's World! Jersey's World! Party time! Excellent! Party on, James! Party on, Todd!
Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, where you can find the best burgers, sandwiches, and steaks, all locally sourced from GJY Beef Company.
We love beer! We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer. Enjoy one of our many craft selections on the patio. All at Jersey's Bar and Grill, 109 East Jefferson, Camp Point, Illinois.
GSI grain bins are built using the highest strength steel available. This allows you to store more grain to maximize your profitability and efficiency. Buy one now and receive our winter discount program. Mixer Lumber Company, your GSI grain bin dealer.
Back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Little Jess, 3431 Main Street for your next car buying purchase, or online at littlejessmotor.com, or give them a call, 217-223-JEEP. As Brian Shoemaker somehow came from all the way to the other end of the gym to right here to bring you halftime stats. Brian, you just do it all.
I'm fast, boys. Fast like a cheetah. Halftime statistics here for the Quincy High Blue Devils in the first half. 11 of 18 from the floor, 5 of 8 from behind the three-point line, and 6 of 8 from the charity stripe to make up their 33 points here at halftime. Ralph Wires has chipped in 5 points, made 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Camden Brown made both of his free throw attempts for 2 points. Tyler Sprick has a triple for 3. Bradley Longcord leads the Blue Devils with 12 points, including 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. And Dom Clay has also chipped in 2 buckets for 5 points. Keyshawn Thomas has 6 points and 4 rebounds to round out the Blue Devils here in the first half. They committed 8 turnovers in the first 2 periods of play. On the opposite side for the Imhotep Charter Panthers, Ahmed Knoll, 5 points here in the first half. Of course, the 3 fouls is what everybody's talking about. R.J. Smith is 4 of 4 from the charity stripe and has 6 points. Carnell Henderson has a bucket for 2. Latif Lorenzano White, has 9 points, including 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Cody Colson has a triple for 3. And Zaire Muhammad Gray has 1 bucket for 2. Jeremiah White has 2 points and missed 1 free throw. The Panthers shot 10 of 23 in the first half, 3 of 9 from behind the arc, and 6 of 7 from the charity stripe. They committed 9 turnovers. We have had a bevy of lead changes here, a dozen through the first 2 quarters, and 4 ties. Boys, it's been a ball game.
Yes, it has, and we should be in for a great second half. We'll have it for you next after the final timeout of the Little Jess Motors halftime show.
Today's halftime show is brought to you by Little Jess Motor Company in Quincy, Illinois. We'd like to introduce you to the brand new 2024 Dodge Hornet GT all-wheel drive, offered at $32,325. The 2024 Dodge Hornet pays homage to the iconic legacy of Dodge performance. The Hornet GT comes equipped with a 2.0 Hurricane 4 turbo engine that boasts up to 268 horsepower, making it the most powerful compact utility vehicle on the market. Stop by Little Jess today and take this eye-catching CUV powerhouse for a spin.
Just about ready for second half action. Quincy High School on top of Imhotep Charter, 33-29 on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard on Central Illinois Sports. The Panthers will start the second half with the basketball, and that means Ahmad Knowles coming back to action here for Imhotep Charter, and it's important for him to stay out of a situation where he picks up that 4th foul early in this 3rd quarter.
Well, you wonder what that's going to entail, Charlie. Does that mean necessarily maybe some more zone looks for Imhotep Charter? Does it mean Ahmed Knoll maybe not taking some of those tougher defensive assignments? And we'll see what Andre Noble comes out of the halftime break with as Damon Emmerich gets you ready for second half play-by-play.
Well, Knoll will be out on the floor along with Zaire Muhammad Gray, Latif Lorenzano White, Jeremiah White, and the 5th man on the floor is R.J. Smith. Knoll with the basketball being guarded by Wires. Step back 3 up and no good. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Thomas, his 5th. And they'll get it off to Longcore. And he's going to be guarded by Lorenzano White. He'll get it off. That's to Sprick. Right wing to Longcore. Gets it in the corner. That's Wires. Out top to Brown. He's going to put it on the floor. Attack the bucket. Shot for him is wave it off, as they're going to say that's an offensive foul. That's going to be Brown's 3rd. Turnover number 9. And that is the first foul of the quarter against the Blue Devils. Brown's going to stay out with those 3 fouls. And into the front court comes Knoll. He'll use the screen from White. Long 3, shot up and good. And give him 8. And it's down to a 1-point lead for the Blue Devils as Knowles come out. Said, I sat for a little while, guys. I need to get up a couple of shots here. Taking 2 threes, made one of them. That one was from long distance. And the Blue Devils look to respond. Wires picks up his dribble. He'll skip it right wing. Long course, step back 3, up. And anything you can do, I can do better, except it's a 2.
I don't remember that verse. Long 2, though, and a good-looking shot for Longcore.
Smith with the basketball. His team trailing 35-32. Hand signals going everywhere up here.
I only know the Navy SEAL signs, guys. I don't know the Air Force ones.
Knoll skips it right wing. That's a shot up, no good by Zaire Gray. Rebound tipped around. Springs off the ground and gets it. And it'll be Blue Devils basketball. It's like Ricky Bobby up in here. I don't know what to do with my hands. Right wing, long court. That would have been a 3. It's no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Knoll, quickly into the front court. He'll get it to Smith. He's going to take it baseline. Shot for him is no good. Thomas with his 6th rebound, and he'll get it off to Longcore. He'll push it into the front court. Behind the back dribble, he'll pull it back out, get it to Wires. Look to reset the offense as Brown's pass is going to be thrown away. It'll be a turnover, the 10th. And Brown will go to the bench with his 3 fouls as Dom Clay checks back in for the Devils.
A lot of complementary pieces to this team, though. Clay and Brown are built fairly similar. The Wires brothers are built fairly similar. So when they sub in, you really don't miss much as far as body type and ability.
Knoll with it, has it deflected by Wires. He'll get it back. And Knoll's going to put up the shot, highly contested. Long 2 is good. And that tells you right there, that's why that kid's going Division I.
Knoll in double figures now with 10 points on the evening.
Wires gets it out top. That's to Thomas. Thomas puts it on the floor. Spin move, nice. Euro step, can't get it to go. But they're going to say he was fouled on the shot by Jeremiah White. That's his 3rd. Team foul number 1. And to the line to shoot 2 will be Keyshawn Thomas.
6 points of the night for Keyshawn Thomas. He's 0 for 2 already from the charity stripe, looking to extend this Blue Devils lead. It's only 1 point, 35-34, 5:07 left in the 3rd. The first one is no good.
Thomas got away with an extra step there, guys.
Yes.
But that wasn't what was called, so if you're the Blue Devils, you're looking for him to make the second of the 2-shot foul, and he does.
7 points on the night now for the big forward, and the Blue Devils lead by 2.
And Ahmad Knoll will bring it into the front court. He gets it to Smith. Smith puts it on the floor, dishes it off. White, shot up and good, and we're knotted up at 36 as White's got 4. We've got our 5th tie of the ball game. And Quincy quickly into the front court. Long court behind the back dribble. He'll get it right wing to Clay. Kick it out top to Wires. And he'll get it off to Sprick. Sprick back to Wires. Looks to use the screen from Thomas. Behind the back dribble. He'll get it left wing. Clay, three-pointer, up and good. Dom Clay's got 3 more. He's got 8. Quincy regains the lead. It's back out to a 3-point lead. Now up top, Knoll. He'll get it left wing. That is Lorenzana White. He'll counter with the 3. And Andre Noble, once a timeout, will take it to 39 all. 4:13 to play, third quarter action. We're back in a minute.
At Farmers State Bank, we believe in community, teamwork, and success. We're thrilled to announce that we've been named the best place to work in Illinois and the best community bank in America this year. Join us on this winning team where your dreams take center court at Farmers State Bank. We're a team. Discover the difference. The best place to bank, the best place to work. Because when our community wins, we all win. Where community, excellence, and opportunity come together. Farmers State Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Are you tired of being caught off guard? Slipping up in a winter storm? Don't let this be you. Say goodbye to shovels that break faster than your New Year's resolution.
Well, before the snow falls, visit your local Farm and Home Supply, your one-stop shop for everything winter. From snow blowers to a sturdy snow shovel. From different size ice scrapers to ice melt. And from sleds to hats, gloves, coats, bibs, and a lot more, we got you covered.
Warning, finding everything in one place may lead to extreme joy and the absence of disappointment. Farm and Home Supply is not responsible for spontaneous snowball fights, increased snow angel production, or the overwhelming desire to hug your snowblower.
Third quarter action, 4:13 to play in the period. Tied at 39 on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Following the timeout called by the Panthers, it'll be Blue Devils basketball length of the court to go.
I think the Panthers will have 3 timeouts left in this one. And Longcore will bring it into the front court, and the Panthers come out of that timeout in a zone. Looks like they're going to run a 1-3-1 zone, in part to show the Blue Devils a different look, also in part to keep Knoll out of foul trouble. Left wing Sprick, he's going to skip it out top. Longcore 3, up and good. Give him another 3. He's got 18. And the Blue Devils regain the lead. It's back to a 3-point lead, 42-39, with 3:40 to play in the third quarter. Knoll is going to put it on the dribble. He'll pull up for a tough 2. He misses everything. Longcore gets the rebound into the front court. That's Clay to Wires. Wires skips it right wing. Sprick thought about the 3, doesn't take it. He'll attack the bucket, and he's going to be whistled for the offensive foul as Jeremiah White steps up to draw the charge. That's the second on Sprick. Second of the quarter, and that is a turnover against the Devils. The Blue Devils, that is. That's their 11th.
Really good play by White there to take that charge. Sprick, they ran him off the 3-point line. He was going in, and, I mean, he ran right over the man. Good call, but big, not to try to go up and block that shot. Trying to block there could become a foul and free throws, so he just stood his ground.
R.J. Smith gets a breather. We haven't seen him come off the floor yet in this one for the Panthers. Wouldn't imagine he'll be out long. Right now, Ahmad Knoll with the basketball for Imhotep Charter. He gets it to Colson, left wing, that's Henderson. Henderson's going to step on the baseline, and a turnover against the Panthers, their 10th. So the Blue Devils get the basketball back. They've got the 42-39 lead as we approach the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Wires will get it out top. That's to Longcore. Longcore fakes the pass, now gets it to Wires, left wing. Picks up the dribble, back out top to Longcore. He's going to attack the bucket, kicks it down low. Clay, reverse layup, no good. Would have been a big one right there. Henderson with his second rebound. He drops it off to Knoll, brings it into the front court, gets it to Henderson, left wing, that's Colson. His three-pointer is up and no good. Green with the offensive rebound, putback is good. And he'll go to the line looking to give us another tie in this ball game.
Foul on the Blue Devils will put Green to the free throw line. Second chance opportunity here as he went up and got a big boy rebound that time.
Not sure who they got that foul on.
Throw up and no good, and the rebound down to Longcore.
Longcore will bring it across the time stripe with 2:30 to play. Looks to get his squad into an offense as the Panthers stay in this zone defense. Wires picks up the dribble, gets it out top to Longcore. He'll skip it left wing baseline, that's to Clay. Up in the air to catch that pass. throws it to Wires, gets it left wing Clay. He'll put up the three. It is up and good. And Dom Clay's been very valuable for this Blue Devil squad off the bench tonight as he's got 11. His squad's lead back out to 4. And another offensive rebound putback for the Panthers as Jeremiah White's got 6. And it's a 45-43 lead. Long court into the front court. Gets it down low. Thomas struggles with the catch. He'll put it up. Shot's going to be deflected out of bounds. Thomas probably got away with steps again right there.
You know, we've talked a lot about, though, the depth of talent on a lot of these teams in this tournament. Quincy High School has some deep talent, and they're guys who have come in and aren't the stars necessarily, are playing well tonight, but so are the stars as Longcourt knocks down another three.
He hits another three on the inbounds pass. He's got 21. It's a 5-point Blue Devils lead. And Knoll picks up his dribble, gets it right wing. Green, three-pointer up, no good. Rebound fought for. Clay's going to come down with it. He'll get it off to Longcourt, quickly into the front court. Longcourt gets it right wing. That's to Clay, back to Longcourt. He'll set up an offense. Gets it off to Wires with 1:15 to play. Left wing Sprick, he can knock that shot down. He's going to pick up his dribble, out top to Wires. He'll get it to Longcourt, right wing Clay with 15 to play on the shot clock. Longcourt attacks the bucket, gets it to Thomas. Thomas falls down but gets it to Wires before he does. Wires still with the dribble. He attacks the bucket. Shot for him, up and good. Wires has got another 2, and that is the largest lead of the ball game for Quincy as they lead by 7, which is how many points Wires has in this ball game. And into the front court come the Panthers. They'll hand it off to Henderson. Henderson's going to be fouled by Sprick. That'll be Sprick's 3rd. And back into the ball game for the Panthers comes Zaire Muhammad Gray. Sprick's going to stay on the floor with those 3 fouls, as the Blue Devils couldn't get a substitute in time. Knoll gets the basketball. About a 1.5 difference between shot clock and game clock, as Imhotep Charter with the basketball trailing 50-43. Knoll being closely guarded. Now they'll say that's been broken. Gets it left wing. That's Henderson. His shot is up and no good. Longcourt couldn't track down the rebound, and it's a Panthers offensive board. And they'll try to hold for 1 as Knoll has it. He's going to look to use the screen. Doesn't use it, but still gets around Wires. He'll pull up for the long 2. Shot is up and no good. And that's how the 3rd quarter ends. Quincy High 50, Imhotep Charter 43. We've got 1 quarter left to play. We'll set the stage for that when we come back in a minute.
The thing for me that really separates DOT, senior leadership and the owners of the business really focus on employee engagement.
We have some of the best people managers.
The Tracy family, senior leaders throughout the business, really all of our leaders care about the employees that work here.
And that allows for a lot of families to come work at Dot Foods, and I think that's part of it, is being able to have all those different schedules and the flexibility to be able to move things around when life happens.
I'm Chris Nichols with PCRE Real Estate and Auction here in Pittsfield. For 15 years now, I've been specializing in selling farmland and hunting properties, along with homes and commercial real estate. Whether it's helping a seller get a premium price out of their home or assisting a buyer to find the farm of their dreams, I pride myself on providing elite customer service. Give me a call today at 217-473-3777 if I can help with any of your real estate needs, or feel free to jump on our website at pcrerealestate.com.
Ready to start quarter number 4. It's a 50-43 lead for Quincy, and the Blue Devils will have the basketball to start the final quarter of play.
For Imhotep Charter, shooting 16 of 38 from the floor, 5 of 16 from behind the arc, 6 of 8 from the free throw line. For the Blue Devils, 17 of 28 after 3 periods. Here's the big number, guys. 10 of 14 from long range, and then 7 of 10 from the free throw line. Devils have a 7-point lead. Damon Emmerich brings you the final 8 minutes.
That'll win you a few ball games, but a lead after 3 quarters doesn't mean you're going to win the ball game. Quincy with the 7-point lead. Bradley Longcourt III will bring it into the front court for the Blue Devils. He'll get it off to Thomas. Picks up his dribble. Gets it to Clay. Down low, Thomas. Spin move. Shot up and good. Thomas has got 9. Quincy High's got the 9-point lead, 52-43. Their largest of the ball game. And Imhotep Charter needs to get a bucket. Smith is going to get it right wing. That's Muhammad Gray. He'll kick it back out top to, that's Lorenzano White, and he'll put up another bucket.
He's got 14.
He's been impressive in this game. Quickly into the front court comes the Blue Devils. Wires gets it. That was to Isaiah Talton. He's in the ballgame for the first time. To Wires, out top. He'll kick it right wing. Clay, step back three, no good. Quick rebound for Lorenzano White. He pushes it front court. Shot is going to be contested. Rebound tipped around, and it's controlled by Clay. Clay's got his second. And Longcore will bring it into the front court. Looks to use the screen. Backdoor, Wires cuts. Nice job up and under. His pass is going to be blocked to Talton. Talton's three is blocked. And one more pass, and he had Clay wide open up top. Talton will be the inbounds man for the Blue Devils. He'll get it into Wires. And Wires will set up an offense with 20 to go on the shot clock. Clay will get it to Longcore. Longcore gets it up top to Thomas. He'll put it on the floor and kick it to Wires. Wires gets it back down low to Thomas, but he's going to be fouled from behind by White. That's White's fourth. First foul of the quarter against the Panthers, and it's going to bring Zion Green off the bench. He'll check in as White will go to the bench with those 4 fouls. With 6:33 to play in the contest. Quincy High with the lead and the basketball, 52-45. Talton gets it inbounds to Longcore. He'll get it down low to Thomas. Thomas going to look to do some work in the middle. Nice spin move. Shields his body. Basketball with the spin move there. He's got another 2. He's got 11. Back to a 9-point lead. And the Blue Devils are doing a nice job here as Smith can't get the shot to go. Longcore the rebound. He'll push it into the front court after picking up his 4th rebound. Use the screen from Thomas, dishes it off, and then there's going to be a foul as Zaire Muhammad Gray will be whistled for the foul. That's his 3rd. Andre Noble did not like the call as he thought it should have been a held ball, but instead it was the 2nd foul of the quarter against the Panthers. Talton will inbound. He gets it to Thomas. Thomas, nice job right there. That's smart basketball by Bradley Longcore. He knew he had the mismatch right there as he was being guarded by R.J. Smith. Had him down in the post. He got the foul by Smith. That's his first team foul, number 3. And I'm not sure if the folks of Quincy know, but Bradley Longcore is a good basketball player.
Yeah, he can play a bit.
Inbounds comes to Thomas. He gets it to Clay. Out top to Longcore. Will hand it off to Wires with 5:55 to play. Wires still has the dribble going. Spin move, attacks the bucket. Ball's deflected from behind, stolen away. That's a turnover. Nolan quickly into the front court. As Euro step is no good. Talton's going to get the rebound. He'll get it off to Clay. And Clay's going to push it into the front court to Longcore. Longcore behind the back move. He's going to attack the bucket. Not a good shot right there. No good. Noel with the rebound. Into the front court. Lorenzano White's going to get the foul. They're going to say that it was on the floor. So Latif Lorenzano White will not go to the line as he was fouled by Dom Clay, who gets his 2nd. And the first foul of the quarter against the Blue Devils. They've got the 9-point lead, 54-45, 5:28 to play here in the ballgame. Smith will be the inbound man. He gets it into Knoll. His 3-pointer is no good. Rebound's going to go out of bounds, and they will say that was off of the hands of Green. So it will be Blue Devils basketball. This 9-point lead, they are looking to add to that. And Wires will get it back to Longcore. He'll cross the time stripe on a pass to Clay. Clay gets it left wing. Talton, he'll attack the bucket. He's going to dish it to Thomas. His bucket is up and good. He's got 13. And the Blue Devils with their largest lead of the night at 11. It's 56-45 with 5 minutes to play in the ballgame. Knoll has it deflected away. He gets it back. Then he gets it right wing. Smith with the 3 up and good. And the Panthers will take a timeout. Talk about it too. It's 56-48 Quincy High over Imhotep. We're back after this.
Is predator hunting your thing? Game Masters has you covered. We have way more than just deer and turkey hunting gear, safes, clothes, and gifts. Come check out our predator guns, calls, decoys, lights, traps, binoculars, bipods, tripods, and shooting sticks. Don't forget your thermal and night vision, rifle scopes, trapping equipment, and supplies. Whether your next game pursuit is big or small, runs or flies, Game Masters has what you need to get the job done. We're passionate about the outdoors.
Every day, banks touch every corner of our lives. They support us when we turn life's goals into accomplishments. Goals like opening a small business, buying a home, planting a crop, having a baby. From your first car to life after retirement, Central State Bank is there for all of your life's milestones. CSB is central to your banking needs. Visit us in Clayton, Kinderhook, Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill, and Quincy, or at csb123.com. Central State Bank wishes all of the teams well on the hardwood this week.
Timeout taken by Imhotep Charter. And with 4:52 to play, it's Quincy High School on top by 8, 56-48.
Panthers with 2 timeouts remaining in the ball game. The Blue Devils still with 4. Fouling situation here in the quarter. Imhotep Charter has 3 fouls. Quincy High with just 1 foul in this quarter. Quincy High has the basketball. Coming out of this timeout with the lead, 56-48. Big three-pointer right there by R.J. Smith for Imhotep. As Longcore gets the ball inbounds. Nice job by Wires to meet the pass. He'll get it into the front court. That's Thomas. Back to Wires. They're going to say, hey, let's pull this out and let's set an offense. Brown checked back in for Quincy High on the timeout. That's Camden Brown. He's got the ball. He gets it to Longcore. Longcore gets it right wing to Camden Brown. Nice pass to Thomas. And Thomas almost had enough strength to get that ball in as he was being held on to in all directions, but instead he drew the foul against Ahmad Knoll. That'll be Knoll's 4th. And the 4th foul of the quarter against the Panthers. So
things getting a little bleak here, fellas, for Imhotep Charter. They're shooting 18 of 44 from the floor right now. On the flip side, Blue Devils shooting 20 of 35. And, of course, most of those 10 of 16 from long range.
And Keyshawn Thomas gets that free throw to go. He's now 2 for 5 from the line in this one. And he's got 14 points.
I'm just going to tell you, if Quincy can shoot 10 of 16 from 3 in all of their games the rest of the way, they will have a good chance to win them.
Yeah.
Just going to go out on a limb.
Not the best color man in the business for nothing, folks.
And that right there is why you paid your $9.99 to listen to this Quincy shootout. As Thomas knocks them both down, lead back out to 10.
He's got 15.
Into the front court. That is Zaire Muhammad Gray. Be a foul away from the basketball. That's going to be called on Cameron Brown.
Nope.
Camden Brown.
Wires.
That's his 4th. They called it on Wires?
Correct, Wires.
Okay.
On it. It'll be his 4th, team number 2.
And the inbounds pass is deflected and stolen away. Wires with the steal. He'll attack the bucket. Nice move by him. And he's got another 2. He's got 9. And that is the largest lead of the contest for this Blue Devil squad. Into the front court. Knoll's going to put up the 3. Puts out his leg and drew the contact. And he's fouled by Wires. And Knoll's going to go to the line to shoot 3.
Well, we might have.
I think that previous foul was on Camden Brown.
Yeah, it might have been. We've maybe miscalculated one of the fouls here.
Knoll at the line. He's got 3 shots. He gets the first to go.
He's got 11 points on the night, boys. These are the first attempts at the free throw line tonight for Ahmed Knoll.
Battled foul problems throughout the night as he can't get the second to go. He's got 4 fouls, picked up 3 in the first half.
Imhotep was 16 of 17, I believe, last night from the free throw line.
Correct. Yeah, just couldn't miss.
And the last from Knoll is good, so he gets 2 of 3.
He's got a dozen on the night.
Yeah, it's a 60-50 Blue Devil lead. Exactly 4 minutes to play. Brown finally gets it into Sprick, and Sprick's going to get it to Brown. who's streaking down the court. Smith comes under the armpit, called for the foul. That's his second. And to the line to shoot 2 will be the senior, Camden Brown. How many points does he have in this one, Brian?
Camden Brown just with 2 points here on the evening, 2 of 2 from the charity stripe.
Battled some foul problems in this one, but he's given his team some very valuable minutes on the defensive end in this one. And he's got a chance to add to his team's lead as his first free throw attempt is up and good. 61-50, 3 seconds ran off the clock on that last possession. So 3:57 to play on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. As the second free throw attempt is off the rim, no good for Camden Brown. And quickly into the front court comes Knoll. He picks up his dribble. He's in a double team, gets it to Smith. Smith's going to put the 3 up. Shot is no good. And then they're going to say that there's a foul on the floor by Tyler Sprick.
Oh, they're going to say it's White.
White.
And if we do have the fouls right that time, that'll be his 5th.
Well, what I was trying to say is Tyler Sprick's going to go to the other line to shoot.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's what it was. We're always 5 seconds ahead, Damon.
Yeah.
So White fouls out. Sprick will shoot 2.
And that is a big loss here as Imhotep Charter trying to get back into this basketball game to lose one of these big inside presences and a guy like White.
Tyler Sprick at the line. First free throw for him is on its way. And leaves it just a little short. But if he can make this one, it'll tie his team's largest lead of the contest at 12. The Blue Devils have the 61-50 lead. 3:46 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Tyler Sprick, the 6'3 senior at the line. His second free throw attempt is good.
4 points in the night for Tyler Sprick. 3:45 left to go. It's a 12-point lead for the Devils.
Smith into the front court. He'll hand it off to Knoll. And Knoll's going to back it out, being guarded by Brown. Looks to use the screen from Muhammad Gray. Gets it left wing. That's to Henderson. His three-pointer in and out, no good. Offensive rebound, Muhammad Gray. Gets it to Smith, left wing, right wing that is, Muhammad Gray. He'll put up the 3. He'll miss everything. Keyshawn Thomas gets another rebound. That's his 7th.
The big difference in this game is Quincy's other guys have made some shots, which opens up things up for Longcore, and the other guys for Imhotep Charter have just not hit tonight from the perimeter.
6 of 22 from behind the arc are the Panthers.
Wires picks up the dribble, gets it out top to Thomas, but Wires is going to go to the line to shoot 2, but I'm not sure if he's cramping as he was fouled.
R.J. Smith will pick up the foul. It's going to be his 3rd, and we'll get bonus shots coming up for the Devils as soon as they're able to help their teammate up. But no, it might be a little bit of cramping here, fellas, as he is not easily removed from the deck.
And Andy Douglas may want to use a timeout here.
Well, they're going to give him all the time they need, it seems, and now maybe he's going to make his way to the bench as they're trying to get Wires up off the floor, and he's hobbling just a little bit here.
And he's going to have to go to the bench as the trainers come out onto the floor.
So Wires will go out and Wires will come in.
He wants to stay out. He wants to shoot some free throws.
He says, I'm the better free throw shooter here. But didn't win that argument as Cameron Wires will now shoot the free throws.
First free throws of the evening here for Cameron Wires. Come with 3 minutes left here in the contest. First one is up and good. That's his first point of the evening.
Hey, big bro, thanks for the scoring opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's the largest lead of the ball game for the Blue Devils. They've got the 13-point lead, 3:01 to play. And make it 14 as Cameron Wires comes off the bench, knocks them both down, and Imhotep Charter's running out of time. Knoll into the front court, looking to use the screen, still looking to do something. Finally, he'll pull up for the 3, and he gets that to go.
Knoll has 15 on the evening.
Inbounds to Brown. He'll skip it to Longcore. Longcore will get it into the front court to Sprick. Sprick finds Brown streaking to the bucket. Shot is no good, but he'll go to the line and shoot 2. as that foul is going to be whistled against R.J. Smith.
For Smith, it'll be his 4th personal. Camden Brown will head to the free throw line. 3 points on the evening. 3 of 4 from the charity stripe as he looks to add on to this Blue Devils lead. It has been a fun one tonight here at Blue Devil Gym, and we've still got one more to go. Don't go anywhere just yet, as the first one is no good. Wasatch Academy taking on Huntington Express Prep in our scheduled 9 p.m. tip, but we are far behind that.
And second one from Camden Brown is on its way, and it is good. He splits a pair at the line.
4 of 6 from the line tonight. Blue Devils shooting 13 of 20 overall.
Long three from Knowles, going to miss everything. Thomas with the rebound, his 8th. Then the ball's going to be knocked away from behind, and it will be Panthers basketball. So that'll be a turnover against the Blue Devils.
They are slowly working to get Keyshawn Thomas off the floor there, as the guys were tied up pretty tightly, and now the officials will signal the jump ball.
Imhotep, keep it.
And the inbounds for the Panthers will be Colson with 2:24 to play. 65-53, Quincy High on top. Colson's got to get it in. Finally does, out top to Smith. And Smith being guarded by Sprick. He'll pull up for the 3, leaves it short. And Wires and Longcore are going to fight for the rebound, and neither one can control it. So it will be Panthers basketball. And we'll see back into the ball game. Ralph Wires will check in.
We'll give the Blue Devils all the credit for things going right here tonight, but for Imhotep Charter, things have just began to compound from early with Noel getting fouls, shots not falling from behind the arc. That one's not going to hit the mark either, and the rebound's going to come down to Thomas. That's going to be his 9th.
Nice job by the Keyshawn Thomas. Now 1 rebound away from a double-double. Longcore will bring it into the front court. He'll get it to Wires. Down low to Thomas. Spin move for him. Bucket is no good. Brown with the offensive rebound. And then he's going to be fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. As he was fouled by Zaire Muhammad Gray.
It'll be the 4th against Muhammad Gray. Stepping to the free throw line will be Camden Brown. He's got 4 points on the night. 4 of 6 from the charity stripe. He'll try and tack 2 more on here to close this one out for the Blue Devils. First free throw is up and good. He's got 5.
13-point Blue Devils advantage. And he'll have 1 shot remaining. Camden Brown gets them both.
6 points on the evening, 6 of 8 from the charity line for Camden Brown.
Knoll puts it on the floor. He'll attack the bucket. His shot will miss everything. Camden Brown with the rebound. He'll get it off to Longcore. And Longcore will bring it across the time stripe. Get it to Brown. Brown in a little bit of trouble, and he's going to lose the basketball. It'll be a turnover against the Blue Devils. They're 13th. So it'll be Imhotep Charter basketball, trailing 67-53 with 1:31 to play in the ball game. Inbounds pass is going to come to Ahmad Knoll. He'll cross the time stripe. Look to attack the bucket. Euro step is no good, but his shot's going to be blocked by Camden Brown. But they're going to whistle him for the foul.
It'll be his 4th, team 4th. And now Ahmed Knoll will step to the charity stripe to try and put 2 more in. It'll just be his 4th and 5th attempts of the night here, guys. And it's not to say that the Panthers have committed a lot of turnovers. They haven't. It's only 11 on the contest. Blue Devils have only committed 13. It's just QHS has shot the lights out here tonight.
Yeah. That's a big difference. When you hit shots, it's a lot easier to win.
Knoll can't get the second one to go, and that's going to be a double-double for Thomas as he gets his 10th rebound. Gets it off to Longcore. He'll push it into the front court. Wires is going to be fouled from behind, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Foul looks like it's going to go against Zaire Muhammad Gray. We will see. That will be the 5th personal foul against Muhammad Gray, and he will exit the contest. Second player here tonight for Imhotep Charter to leave the contest due to fouls. And they'll utilize their full, well, they're maybe questioning now whether the foul should have went against Lorenzano White, I believe, guys, as he was over in play, and they're going to hold, and they say it'll go against Muhammad Gray. Andre Noble pleading his case. And he'll go to the bench and grab Carnell Henderson.
Wires will go to the line to shoot 2.
Wires has 9 points on the night, fellas.
Make it 10.
He's had a nice night, done a lot of things right for this Blue Devils squad, who is playing about as good a basketball as they could at this time of the year.
Lead out to 15 at 69-54. Smith quickly into the front court. And they're going to say he was fouled by Thomas. That'll be Thomas' second.
Quincy with just the one blemish on their record, the loss at Collinsville, the Collinsville tournament, in an ugly game. And maybe that was the best thing to happen to this Blue Devils squad.
Yeah, I think it was a good opportunity for them. A litmus test, as you might say, and just didn't play up to their capabilities. Not to say that they lost to a subpar team, as that was a good Collinsville team that beat them.
R.J. Smith makes the first free throw. He's got 10 on the night. He
makes the second one.
Both, excuse me. Now give him 11. That makes him 6 of 7 from the free throw line tonight. Here,
Sprint
guys.
got the inbound, got it into Brown, who gets it down to Thomas, takes 2 steps, no foul or no travel called, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Thomas looks at Coach Andy Douglas and gives the I might have traveled symbol.
Lorenzano White gets whistled for his second personal foul. Keyshawn Thomas will step to the line, 15 points on the evening, and he'll try and add a couple more here. Gets the first.
When it's your night, it's your night.
Well, the Blue Devils are going to pick up a win, boys, and in the lore of everything that has happened in Blue Devil Gym, this is going to go down as one that they will probably talk about for a little while, as this is a big, big win for this Blue Devil program.
We'll probably talk more about this one than that game last night, I'm going to guess.
Just a little bit.
Smith into the front court. He'll get it to Knoll. Knoll's going to be fouled on the 3, and I believe Camden Brown's going to foul out of this ball game. Of course, I could be wrong, and that could just be his 4th.
Well, I guess that's only going to be his 4th, boys. I have miscalculated some very poor statistics keeping. You might have hired somebody else for the next game.
I'll tell you what, we're going to wait to see what the jerseys look like, and we may let you do play-by-play in game 9.
Yeah, let's not forget about that as Knoll knocks down the first. He's got 17 now. Second one up out of the right hand and down through the rim. 2 for 2 out of his 3 attempts he'll get here.
You'll see this guy on a TV screen for the next few years as he'll travel to play for UConn. But before we tell you about the last 54.7 seconds of this one, there'll be a timeout on the floor. We'll take it to Quincy High 71, Imhotep Charter 59. We're back in a minute.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy.
Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
You're getting thirsty, bold, refreshing. So good. I mean, dude.
54.7 seconds left, 71-59 the lead for Quincy High School after the Adams Network timeout.
The sounds of the Quincy High Pep Band boys entertaining us here in the waning moments of this one. Always one of the highlights of the atmosphere here at Blue Devil Gymnasium, and these fans are going to walk away after a great weekend from the Blue Devils. They're going to pick up 2 wins and a big one here over a nationally ranked team in the Panthers.
54.7 seconds left. Might call it the final countdown here.
And inbounds is going to come to Wires. He picks up his dribble. He's in a double team. And before it can be a jump ball, there'll be a timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take it too. We're back in 30.
From bag to field to bin, Prairieland FS is your home for quality seed. We treat it right here at one of our local facilities, deliver it right to your farm, and then provide the propane to fuel your bins. Have confidence in what you're putting in your engine with our energy specialist. They're focused on maximizing power, fuel efficiency, and engine protection to keep you going. We're neighbors serving neighbors. Prairieland FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Well, the Blue Devils called a timeout before they could be charged with a jump ball. The Blue Devils would have had possession, but it will be Quincy High basketball length of the floor to go. Wires has it with 45. He'll get it back to long court, into the front court. He leaves it off for Sprick, who dribble around and then hand it to Wires. Wires out of a double team to Sprick. Gets it to Brown. Baseline Thomas. He'll put up another two. And
he's got 19.
Thomas with 19 to go along with his 10 rebounds. Ahmad Knoll into the front court. He's going to put up a two-pointer. It's going to roll all the way around. It's no good. Longcore's going to get the rebound. And then he'll be fouled by Knoll, who's going to foul out of this ball game. And Longcore will go to the other end to shoot two. And checking into the ball game for the first time in this one will be the 6'2 freshman, Kevin Benson III. Bradley Longcore III to the other end to shoot two. First one for him is off the back of the iron, no good. And he'll have one free throw left. The Blue Devils 19 of 25 from the line thus far in the ballgame.
I'm sorry, 28.
Numbers are hard for me, Brian.
That's all right. They're hard for us all. 22 points of the night for Longcore.
At least you don't need to know them for your living.
No.
Three all the way up and good.
Just got me all sorts of confused talking about numbers up here.
Makes it a 12-point game. Blue Devils will just have to throw it in. They can hold it here.
Sprick gets it into Wires. Wires will dribble it around real quick, and he's going to dribble it out this way. And that's a big victory for the Blue Devils as they knock off Imhotep Charter. Final in this one. Quincy High 74, Imhotep Charter 62. That takes us to the Blessing Health post-game show. We'll be back to wrap this one up with final stats after these.
The heart is the hardest working muscle in your body. If something goes wrong with it, you need a medical team that works just as hard. You need Blessing Health's open heart surgery team, celebrating 20 years of delivering life-saving care to tri-state residents. Patients and families choose Blessing Health's open heart surgery team for its experience, quality, and heartwarming compassion. Get the most out of your hard-working heart.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Welcome back on the Blessing Health System post-game show. Even to that guy with the large head in front of the camera, we welcome you back as well. And a win for Quincy High School over Imhotep Charter, 74-62, as the Blue Devils get a big win in front of a big Blue Devil crowd here as part of the 2024 Quincy Shootout. And, you know, first half, there was kind of a back and forth. Quincy kind of took control of the game in the second half. You know, they never ran away with it, Brian, but they definitely were the team that was in the driver's seat the entire second half of this game.
Well, like Lee said, the Panthers' woes just kind of compounded after Knoll started to get into some foul trouble. Then shots stopped falling. And, of course, after that, things really got out of whack for the offense side here for Imhotep Charter. Let's look at their final stats for the evening. 20 of 57 from the field, just 8 of 28 from behind the arc, and 14 of 18 from the charity stripe. Ahmad Knoll finishes with 19 points, just when I guess you would call a not top-tier effort. I don't know. Still a pretty good ball player to me. R.J. Smith finishes with 11, Carnell Henderson with 5, Latif Lorenzano White with 14, Cody Colson with 3, Zaire Muhammad Gray with 2, Zion Green with 2, and Jeremiah White with 6. Panthers committed just 11 turnovers here on the night in the loss. On the opposite side for Andy Douglas's Quincy High Blue Devils, 22 of 40 from the field, 10 of 16 from behind the arc. You'll win a lot of ball games when you can do that. And 20 of 28 from the free throw line. Ralph Wires finishes with 10, Camden Brown with 6, all from the charity stripe. Cameron Wires finishes with 2, Tyler Sprick with 4, Bradley Longcore III with 22, Dom Clay with 11 off the bench, and Keyshawn Thomas has a double-double tonight, 19 points, 10 rebounds as the Blue Devils grab one of the biggest victories in recent memory here at Blue Devil Gym.
Time to name our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And I think you could go a number of ways with this one, but honestly, given the fact that he was probably the undersized post player in this one, I think Keyshawn Thomas with a double-double is a pretty impressive performance and a difference maker in this one for Quincy High School as they win the contest 74-62 over Imhotep Charter. We get set for the final game of the 2024 Quincy Shootout as Wasatch Academy takes on Huntington Prep Express. We hope you'll join us in